Hello! It is another Tuesday, which of course means it's time for another in real life video. And apologies if you're watching these as they come out. You will know that last week we skipped, well, not just the IRL video, but we skipped doing pretty much anything. That was on account of my dear partner's birthday, which we celebrated and all of that. Anyway, it is another Tuesday and we are back with another one. This week, I thought we would do another really silly, fun, and stupid one, wherein people have asked me to rank stuff, usually in Elder Scrolls games, but man, I think it's kind of like junk food, right? It's kind of trashy, but I kind of like it a lot. I kind of like doing it a lot. Folks also seem to enjoy it a lot, and as per usual, if you have a question, or in this case, something that you want me to rank as well, I really enjoy doing it. It's so dumb. It's so much fun. It's great stuff. Feel free to write down in the comments with any question or whatever. As per usual, it helps a ton. If you include a question mark, helps me sort through them and add them to our ever-growing and ever-shrinking list. Anyway, this week's comes in from a gentle viewer whose username should be somewhere in the bottom third of your screen, right about now, and they ask, could you rank the different companions in Skyrim? One of my favorite things about your Skyrim playthrough is how much personality you read into them. Thank you. Also, this is a question that I got a few times, but I believe this was the person who asked it first, and some other folks asked, I want to say, I can't find it right here because the list is quite large. But they asked if I could just rank them in other games as well, right? Anyway, these are the different companions in Skyrim. We'll do a brief cut here as I'll cut and move around the camera a bit. That way we can get our sort of usual fare going on with our silly tier list and all of that, right? And also I'm going to have up on my other screen way over here. So apologies if I have to look over there. But I'm going to have that up as well in case, you know, there's a few that we didn't really mess around with and I don't really know too much about. But we'll have that on hand and ready to go, you know? Anyway, see you after the cut here. All right, we are back. Welcome to the world of war. The world, sorry, that's something else. Welcome to a world of ranking people from Skyrim. I guess there's so many, we're gonna try and keep a good pace, otherwise I'm gonna be here for quite some time, right? But thankfully, you know, they're Skyrim followers. There are many, and quite a few, have little to no characterization whatsoever, right? And as per usual, you know, as with other past rankings, videos that we have done, this is of course very personal. Hopefully I'll be able to illustrate why I have my own personal preferences. You know, it's a ranking thing. As with any of this, it's all subjective, right? It's for fun. It's dumb fun. Anyway, like I said, junk food. Anyway, we'll start from the top and we'll just go through, I think, in alphabetical order, right? I've got it. I'll try and check over here to my left every so often to make sure I've got this thing properly cropped, because I've definitely run into issues with that before where I accidentally start displaying part of or the entirety of an advertisement, which is no good. It's no good at all. Anyway, I think worst case, I'll put a black bar at the bottom of the screen to cover it up if such a thing happens. Something like that. Anyway, we'll start from the top with Adelaza, who I believe this is your East Empire Company follower, right? There is that quest in Windhelm that you pick up. We actually did have Adelaza with us for a hot minute in our playthrough. She's terrible. She's a horrible, cold-hearted capitalist, the sort that you would expect from the East Empire Company, right? I believe she nearly blows you up. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, we will be, of course, talking about these characters in depth, which will involve some degree of spoilers, right? But she nearly blows you up with cannon fire, I think, toward the end of that 2 or 3 part quest involving the East Empire Company in Skyrim in Windhelm. And for that, I have to give her an A rank. She's terrible. She's horrible. I love her, right? She's wretched. I love her. And already, hopefully we're getting an idea of what to expect, right? Very much, this is, like I said, all of this will be painted by my own experiences. Adelaza, I think, is an A rank follower. She's wretched. She is terrible. All right. Next up is Ayla, who is, probably one of the more popular, if I had to guess, followers, right? Certainly you hear about her a lot. Ayla the Huntress. She's so popular. She's like, probably one of the more cosplayed followers in all of Skyrim, right? She is with the companions. You meet her. You're not guaranteed to meet her early on, but it's highly likely because of that scripted encounter early on with, what do you call it? The giant at the farm as you're on the way to River Run? White Run, as you're coming out of River Wood? Yeah, the starting town. Anyway, chances are you will encounter her there, and you'll have many exciting werewolf adventure. But nonetheless, I don't care for her. I don't care for Ayla. Her whole situation, I don't really like her. She's not enough of a freak, honestly. I feel like a lot of the situations where I kind of appreciated her for being a bit of a freak is perhaps reading into her character a little bit much. I think her best weirdo quality, I would say, is when you're finishing up the companions and all of that, and almost every one of the companions, I believe, wants to stop being a werewolf by the end of it. Except for her. Everyone is like, oh, what happened to what's his name? Codlac Whitemane? I don't know. That kind of freaks me out a bit. Maybe we should stop. Maybe we should give up being werewolves. Maybe we shouldn't do this anymore. She fucking doesn't think so. She is 100% still into it. So, in spite of everything, I still have to give Ayla the Huntress a B, right? She's not quite as deranged and like feral as I would enjoy, but she's all right. She's all right. She's solid. I understand the appeal, right? But for me, I give her a B. Ag Mayer. I have no idea who this guy is. I don't know who this guy is. Ag Mayer? Who are you? All right, let me bring up my little thingamajig here. There we go. And let me do a little Control F. And let me type in Ag Mayer. Who are you? Oh, you're a quest follower who becomes, who is usable in other quests. You're for the Dawnguard. Oh my god, okay. Yeah, he's part of Dawnguard. He, like, joins up in everything. Oh, man, my god, I know who Agmare is. He's the guy with the crossbow in the Skyrim outro that I use. That's him. That's the guy right there. That's him. Oh my gosh. What a jack off. I'm giving him a C. What a dork. I'm giving him a C. I don't care for Agmare, do I? I don't think I do. I don't think I like him at all. Do I care for him? I'm like scanning through the fantastic UESP.net article on him. I don't care for him. All right. Atar, or as I would like to envision his name being pronounced, Atar, as in Atar Mazkin, who we have yet to encounter in our Oblivion Remastered playthrough, but make no mistake, I'm excited, and God, I hope they didn't change the VO for that. Anyway, this is the one and only psychopathic executioner guy. He loves chopping people's heads off. This is the guy from Solitude. Your first introduction to him is going into solitude, and he's at work, baby. He's cutting off somebody's head, right? Isn't this the guy? You can see in his little picture here, his little executioner's axe, right? He's messed up. He's so messed up. I believe in our playthrough, we sent him to go work for the Blades, right? Unfortunately, there's not too much characterization about him being like, yeah, I'm an executioner. I chop people's heads off, right? It's not that cool. It could be a lot better. But I do appreciate just how like soulless, right? How like cold his visage appears. He seems as though he does kill people on the regular. He does execute people. For that, I have to give him a B. He's not quite up there. He's not my favorite type of deranged, but he's B worthy. Oh, I can order these as well. And some, okay. Yeah, we can do that. Why not? Yeah, I would put him, would I say, so if I place ones that I prefer to the left and ones that I don't prefer to the right, I think he's more fun than Ayla. I'm sorry, Ayla. This is Aneka. Correct me if I'm wrong, but she is the lady who looks absurdly young for her age. She is married to a horrible butthole, right? This is in that little town by the, is it Darkwater Village? Darkwater Crossing, isn't it? She is in that little town. She has an adult daughter who does not live there anymore. She went to go work further south by Riften at like ebony mines or whatever, and her daughter hilariously looks like 15 years her senior. But nonetheless, she's there. Her husband is wretched. He doesn't want her to go on cool adventures. He just wants her to keep working in the mines. His daughter went to go work the mines. His wife is working in the mines. What does he do? He complains. Honestly, he would have been a better follower. Honestly, I like when it comes to what kind of followers I enjoy, I probably would have preferred him, but I do kind of appreciate how strange she is with regards to the rest of her family. It's okay. I would give her a B, right? And I would also put her right there in the middle between Atar and Ayla. Aneka, right? Anyway, up next we have Arania. Is this the Mages Guild member? Right? Is this one of the Mages Guild dweebs? Aren't there 3 of them? Right? I think this is one of them. Let me double check here. Let's see. Let's look up Aranea. Aranea Ineth. No, this is not her. This is not who I was thinking of at all. I'm assuming, is she somewhere else on this list? The person who I'm thinking of? I don't think so. I don't even know where. Maybe it's Janessa? No, it's not Janessa. Janessa's the hireling. Yeah, who are you? Maybe the one I'm thinking of isn't a follower, right? I think she may be a marriage candidate, but not a follower. Okay, I recall this because I remember one of my friends way back in the day when Skyrim came out. I think that was the first person in Skyrim who he married, and we were talking about on voice chat or whatever, on Ventrilo. Anyway, Aranea is the person who is directly involved with Azura's quest, with getting you Azura's Star or the Black Star, right? She is an Azura-loving... Does she love Azura, or does she actually not like her? I forget. But she is not terribly noteworthy to me. Yeah, I think she wants to actually fix it up, right? She wants to not make it the Black Star. Yeah, isn't that... Yeah, Aranea is the balancing act, as it were. If you corrupt Azura's Star and you get the reusable Black Soul Gem, you get the reusable Black Soul Gem. But if you keep Azura Star as is, obviously you can't use it on humanoids, right? You can't get like mortal souls within it. But you do get Aranea as a follower. And let me tell you, she's ass, right? I don't care for her. I don't like her. I thought she would be so cool. I remember messing around with her a little bit, and I didn't care for her at all. I thought she was middling at best. She is not a weirdo. She's not a freak. She's not sincere or endearing in a more earnest sense. I just don't care for her. Aranea, you're our first garbage lord. You are D rank for me. Argus. Who in the world is Argus? I have no idea who Argus is. I don't remember this name at all. I have no idea who this may be. Let's see. Is this... Oh, this is a housecarl. Well, that's easy. Okay. He's a housecarl? Garbo. Oh, look. He's so bad, actually. This says all housecarls can become stewards of player-built houses, with the exception of Argus. Why is he like that? Where is he of the Reach? Really? Of Markarth? It's this guy? Oh my gosh. Yeah, of course, the housecarls are non-characters, you know? We'll give our send-up to housecarls when we get to Lydia. You know, the most iconic of all the housecarls that you can get. But when it comes to Argus and the rest, Garbo. Garbo! Sorry, we're gonna have some fun with this. Okay. Athos. Who is Athos? Is this dude in Solstheim? Is this a dude from the Dragonborn DLC? Who is Athos exactly? Let's see here. Okay. Athos. No, he's also in the Companions. Oh, he's the guy who gets smoked early on, right? You see him. He's that little nerdlinger of a Dunmer who gets smoked at the beginning, doesn't he? He's like out there fist fighting in the pit area. Oh my gosh. Horrible first impression, right? Never use this guy in my life. Don't want to. I don't know you. I don't care to know you. Athos, you exist in my mind forever as being the dweeb who fought in a fist fight in front of me. Embarrassing, right? Whether you won or lost, pathetic. You should frankly be embarrassed to have done such a thing before the eyes of the last Dragonborn as I entered the hallowed halls of the Companions of Jorvaskr. Garbo. Athos is Garbo. Probably higher than the housecarls. Maybe higher than... No, you know what? I'll give him a C rank. He's so bad, he's starting to come around on me, right? He's so bad, I kind of like him, right? He's pathetic. Who is more pathetic than Athos? Well, we'll find out here, I'm sure. All right. Belival. Is this person a high elf? Who is Belival? Who in the world are you? Belival. Oh, this is another person in the damn dawnguard. Good lord. Okay. Look, in our playthrough, I killed them. I was vamping it up. I was vamping it up big time. I didn't have a dawnguard follower. You are a wood elf bandit and a member of the dawnguard. Thanks, UESP. Dialogue. If you are an elf, she will say, "Not a lot of our kind here, I see. Suppose I shouldn't be surprised. Still, those of us here have as much of an obligation to protect Skyrim as any other. Wouldn't you agree?" If you are not an elf, she will instead say, Seems that I'm the only of my kind here. Suppose I shouldn't be surprised. Still, it's my duty to help protect Skyrim as much as any Nords, don't you think?" You can ask her why she joined. Isran is the only one trying to do something about these vampires. I don't much like him, but I can't allow the people of Skyrim to be preyed upon by those monsters. She doesn't like Isrin? D rank, lowest of the low. Garbage. She doesn't like Isrin? Boo, get her out. All right, Belrand. I vaguely remember Belrand. He's a gloriously bald bastard. I vaguely remember him. Okay, let's get a refresher. He's a hireling found at the Winking Skeever in Solitude. God, what did I do to this guy? Did I get this guy killed? Did I murder him? What did I do? Oh, he's actually quite adept, isn't he? There's something unique about Belrand. Isn't there something unique about him? Yeah, isn't there something bizarrely unique about him being, like, secretly good at something? I don't know. God, he's a marriage candidate too? That's incredible. God, that's incredible that he's a marriage candidate. That is so wild. I love the idea of rolling up and being like, yeah, I'm marrying Belrand. Oh my gosh. He is kind of a hireling, though. I'm putting him at C rank. I love his whole aesthetic and vibe, but nothing else about him really matches it, you know? Like, he's like, versatility is the key to survival. Hire me, and you'll be prepared to face threats both magical and mundane. Yeah, maybe that's his thing, that he dual wields. Is that it? Meh. Belrand. A wasted opportunity. Now, who is this? Benor? Who are you? Who are you? I vaguely remember you. Oh, this guy you beat the crap out of in Morthal, and then he decides to join you? Oh, cool. Okay. He says, I'm the best warrior in Morthal, which already is such a great statement, because, you know, Morthal, everybody goes there expecting to find amazing warriors and crap, and then you get in a fist fight. You know, you get in the classic Skyrim shit-slinging fist fight. Benor, honestly, a bit of a freak in a good way. And he thinks like, yeah, you beat the crap out of me, time to join. When approached, he can say, Morthal used to be a quiet place, but then the world used to make sense. The Jarl does little to protect us these days. Ooh, he's getting docked points for dissing one of my favorite Jarls. You ask me, we'd be better off without that wizard in town. He kind of is crap. But maybe in a good way. I'm gonna put him here at B rank. kind of middle of the road. I think maybe he died for me. Maybe he got killed by vampires or something. All right. Now, once again, my personal tastes are coming into effect immediately. Oh, there you are, Braylina. That's who I was thinking of earlier, I think, with regards to the Dunmerry woman. Anyway, Borgok Steelheart. No? Correct me if I'm wrong. Is this who I think it is? I'm almost positive. Borgok, the Steelheart, yes. An orc stronghold follower who you get for doing their associated stronghold quest. What I remember very specifically, well, you never forget your first. This, I was talking about my friend years ago. Borgok, as I mentioned in the playthrough that we had done for Skyrim, Borgok the Steelheart was the very first person who I married in Skyrim at launch all those years ago. Namely due to the fact that I thought kind of a cool orc, you know, she's wearing heavy armor, doing battle and stuff, kind of cool, but you know, people like that in Skyrim are a dime a dozen. One of the fun things that I thought, though, is around the time that Skyrim was coming out, I was turning 18, right? I forget if when I had met Borgok, if I was already 18 or if I was still 17 going on 18. But regardless, Borgok, her sort of personal storyline is that we don't know, like, or at least I don't know the specifics of how this works out. But her storyline, her little bit of her snippet of story is that she is also coming of age. And in a sense, I was like, you know what? Why not? Borgok the Steelheart. Sounds kind of cool, kind of dope. Surname or title name, whatever you would call it. What would you call it? Honorific? The Steelheart. Sounds sick. Looks cool. The orcs in Skyrim at the strongholds, I think, are handled very well. Generally, pretty cool. Also, a femme orc follower, a bit of a rarity in Skyrim land, I think. Yeah, it looks like there's maybe only one other, right? But yeah, I quite enjoyed her. And you never forget your first. That was my first marriage partner, and she's also one of the ones that I believe can follow you around too, right? Even after you get married. All right. Braylina. Braylina is the Mages Guild one that I was thinking of, no? I'm almost positive, but let me make sure. Yeah, College of Winterhold followers. I would say she is perhaps the most studious and goodly of all of the, not Mages Guild, College of Winterhold followers that you can get, right? Of that trio, she is perhaps your, like, iconic, studious, maybe a little dorky, mages, or not Mages Guild, but, you know, caster type, spell casting quest arc type, you know, spellcasting minor side faction. She fills that archetypical role. And for that, kind of boring. Kind of boring. I'm giving her a C. She is C tier for me on account of she's kind of boring, right? The other two, so much better, I think. All right. Calder. A man with some mutton chops that I do not remember at all. Let's see here. Who is Calder? He's a housecarl. Get him the hell out of here. Boo, he's D rank. Housecarl, boo. Calder, get out of here. Garbo. Maybe I'll put him a little bit higher because his whole situation looks amazing. He looks like Dishonored's outsider mixed with Wolverine. All right. Mixed specifically with what's his name? Hugh Jackman's Wolverine. All right. Salon. Is this guy in the Dawnguard? Is this guy a Dawnguard dork? Is this who I'm thinking it might be? Let's see. He sure is. Who you're gonna need to have something cool on your page to get out of D rank. Automatically, this dude is D rank for me. If I don't see something here that's cool, he says, new recruits. You've worked with Isran before. I have. There was a time years ago when we were both members of the Vigilance, both equally dissatisfied with them. Their hearts are in the right place, but of course, but Isran and I were never comfortable. We left together, but that partnership didn't last very long. I didn't agree with some of his methods. Okay. I don't care for him. D rank. Put him down there. I don't care for him. I don't know him. I don't know him that well. This is very personal. I don't care for the guy. All right, Cicero. Of course, his storyline and everything is amazing. It's very fun. He's a little freak. He's a little pervert. He canonically wants to bang the corpse of the Night Mother. He thinks he hears her. He is so deranged. He is so messed up. He's amazing in that regard. But you know what? As much as I would love to say iconic follower of Skyrim, S rank, we had him. We used him for quite some time. And let us not forget how annoying he was. His little, ambient quips were incessant and nonstop. Oh yeah, they're funny for the first few hours that you have him around, but eventually, this guy never shuts up. I'm the one who's supposed to be talking, not Cicero doing his, all of his little chittering and talking to himself. Oh, Cicero, what a comedian. What a funny guy. I'm putting him in B rank. He's maybe the best of the B ranks. Maybe. Maybe. Yeah, I'll put him in B rank because of it. Because of his actual performance as a legitimate follower. He's just annoying. And you know what else? You lose out on one of his best features, I think. One of the best features of Cicero, when you have him as a follower, he gets tall. Lest we forget as well, when you meet Cicero as a non-player character, as a non-follower throughout the Dark Brotherhood arc, he's such a little weasel. He's such a little freak. Figuratively and literally. For whatever reason, he is shorter than average, right? And I would like to have kept that aspect about him, but when you add him to your party, when you make him an official follower, he gets taller. He becomes like an average-sized guy. I don't want that. You've ruined him. You have destroyed him. And you know what? I like that so little, I'm putting him in the middle. He's below Annika. He's below Annika now. They messed him up. They shouldn't have done that. He should have maintained being a little gremlin of a man. All right, Koznak. I remember liking Koznak quite a bit. Koznak is the dude from Markarth, right? Is he from Markarth? Maybe he's just from the Reach in general. But he is a drunk idiot and bastard. He's a wretch. He is awful, is he not? Yeah, you get him by fighting him, and he is drunk. And he is like a scrappy freak of a man. No? Yeah, he can't even, when you get into combat with him, some of his combat barks, he can't even see straight, right? He thinks that he's fighting more or less people than normal or something like that. He's completely deranged. I'm tempted to say he's a low A. He's a low A. I like him. Right? I like him a good bit. And I think he always speaks in drunk voice, doesn't he? He always speaks in drunk voice. I enjoy him for that. Okay. Well, here I see Dark Brother and Dark Sister of the Dark Brotherhood. I never used him. What do you want me to use a follower that doesn't even have a name? Don't care. They're both going into D rank, the lowest of the low. I don't care how funny or cool their dialogue may or may not have been. They don't even have a name, dude. They don't even have a name. They have generic names. I'm not You think me, the last Dragonborn, I want to be seen out there with a follower that doesn't even have a name? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, dude? That ain't happening. That is not happening. I would rather travel with Cicero and have him, like, his prattling be nonstop in that horrible voice of his, which, frankly, I do love, but just his repetitive dialogue. I would rather have that than these no-name schmoes. Get them out of here. All right, Dirkethis, also a resident of the incredible small town, Darkwater Crossing, if I remember. But when you encounter him, he's not a resident at all because he's been captured and he is being tortured and held by, I believe, Falmer in a nearby cave. Let me double check and make sure that Dirkethis is who I'm thinking of. Yes, I think so. Yes, he's found in Darkwater Pass. And his quest is called Extracting an Argonian. A bit of a freak, a bit of a weirdo because of it. I don't think he's actually characterized as being a freak in any way. But also the important thing about Dirkethis, I think he's the only Argonian at all that you can have as a follower in the entire game, which is a damn shame. I think he may also be highly incompetent. As far as combat is concerned, I think his scaling may be it might be bad. Maybe that's what was cool about Belrand, is that he scaled nonstop upwards, no matter how many player levels you got, but I can't remember. Either way, I have to give Dirkethis some novelty points as well. I have to. And in that sense, I would say maybe I'm putting him at a high B. He's right there between Atar and Annika. Dirkethis. All right. Durock. This is another dawnguard piece of shit, isn't it? Is this guy not wearing dawnguard armor right there? Ooh, he is. He absolutely is. What's better is that, what's her name? Apparently doesn't even recognize his identity as being like a mer, as being an elf. Right? She refuses to acknowledge. She is a wood elf who says, "Guess I'm the only elf here." She refuses to acknowledge his status as also being a bit of an elf. In that sense, you know, orcs ostracized. Is he cool at all? He is the guy who approached me. I don't know if he approaches everybody about recruiting in the Dawnguard. Right? Does he approach everybody? Let's see. Let me find out. Dawnguard specialty. He'll approach you in... Yeah, he is the recruiter. He is the guy who recruits people. He has the iconic stuff about letting you know that the Dawnguard is looking for vampire hunters. In that sense, I think he might be a bit higher. I'm going to give him a low C rank. I'm going for it. Okay. Oh my gosh. And how could I forget Aola? How could I forget Aola? The wonderful, horrible monster of a woman with one eye? Does she have one eye? Certainly her other eye, something's going on with it. I don't know. Maybe she ate it. Because she's a cannibal. Aola the cannibal. Did we forget? I didn't. Aola, incredible. She has... Is the side quest for a Daedric prince, or is the side quest for Aola? I don't even remember what Daedric prince lets you eat people in Skyrim. I don't even remember who the Daedric prince is. I have completely forgotten who. But you know what I do remember? Aola. Her ability to turn invisible. Her ability to teach you to eat people. She has eaten people. She is an S rank. She is top tier. Aola, what a freak. What a deranged lunatic. God, I love her. She was amazing. We traveled with her for quite some time. I did not think anyone would come to rival the joy that I had with a certain other follower that we will get to here in not too long. But my God, she managed to deliver the goods. Aola was impeccable, right? I will never forget Aola. What a deranged psychopath. I loved her. All right, Erinder. Who the hell is this guy? Right? I remember everything about Aola. Erinder? Who could this guy be? From A Waking Nightmare. A male Dunmer priest found in Dawnstar. Oh, this guy is the fun police, right? This guy is the fun police. He wants you to not do cool stuff with Vermina, right? He wants you to do good stuff, doesn't he? He's what you get him. Yeah, he warns you of the dangers before entering. Isn't he also like a bit of a freak too? Yeah, he used to be pro Vermina, didn't he? And then he came back after he felt bad. He felt a little bit bad about it. Yeah. As you walk through the temple towards the Skull of Corruption, you meet Erinder's old friends. Right. Okay, had no choice. Yeah, he feels bad about it. He's guilty. Okay. Are you going to be alright? How about some compensation? Yeah, he serves Mara now. I mean, isn't he like really proficient in combat too? Isn't he like a pretty decently sought after follower? I gotta be real with you. I don't care for him. I don't care for him. I'll put him at the top of the C rank, right? Because he does have like quite an iconic bit of a memorable storyline and all of that at Dawnstar. That's decent, right? Then we have Eric the Slayer, who at first I was unaware of this, but throughout the playthrough, I came to learn that he is a memorial character, right? He is a character that got added to the game, which, you know, BGS have done this before in the past with past Elder Scrolls games, you know, where they either have an item or a character meant to eternally memorialize some player, you know? They have done this for quite some time. And Eric the Slayer is one of them. And personally, I don't really care for him, but it feels weird and wrong to rate and rank a memorial character, so I'm just not gonna. I'm not. He's gonna forever live down there. He should be in a tier of his own because he's, like I said, he's a memorialization, right? It doesn't matter whether or not I enjoy traveling around with him. That's not the throughput point of the character existing in the first place, right? Thus, we'll leave him down there in light of not having like a tier all to its own, right? A tier for like disqualified or whatever, right? Anyway, Faendal, one of the two jackanapes of Riverwood, right? He and Sven. Frankly, I think Faendal is not as cool as Sven, because Faendal is actually cooler than Sven. I think what makes Sven cooler is the fact that he is so uncool, right? Faendal wants to seem like a cool dude, wants to seem like he's not a weasel, but the more you dig into that quest arc, or the little side quest of what's going on there in Riverwood, between Faendal himself, Sven, and God, what is her name? What's his name's daughter? Who they're both smitten. They're both into. You come to learn that he's just putting on his show. At least Sven is a bit more open. Well, he's not honest about it, but he's a bit more openly pathetic, and I do enjoy that quite a bit. Faendal, I would put Faendal at the top of C. Faendal is a top tier trash lord. Let's see. There we go. Top of C for Faendal. Okay. And since we mentioned Sven, we may as well do him now. We'll sort down this way. Sven, what can I say? He's one of the first people that you meet, right? He's in Riverwood. You meet him alongside Faendal. It is fantastic that you can actually marry yourself the lady that they're both obsessed with and are trying to like outdo the other and be like, this guy's a racist, well, this guy's a misogynist, you know, stuff like that. I do enjoy that, and they're both like awful people. I really enjoy that Sven is kind of like an idiot, pathetic bard. I do really love that. He just comes off as far more garbage and like weaselly to me, and in that sense, I love him. I love him for being so trash. I love my little trash people, and in that sense, I have to put him at A rank, top of the list. It's got to be Sven, baby. It's got to be, right? I'm sorry. He's perfect in his garbage. He's so horrible. I love him. All right, Farkas. This is one of the companions dudes. I always get him and his brother conflated. Is Farkas the is Farkas the dumb one? Which one is the idiot? Which one is the dumbest of the two? Right? Let's just cut to the chase. Which one's the dumbass? Where's his brother? Vilcus. All right, Vilcus and Farkas. Which one is which? Let's see here. Farkas. Let's see here. Farkas. Okay, we'll replace your permanent follower, yada yada. Which one are you, Farkas? Brains are not his strong suit. This guy's the dumbass! Alright, he's going up at bottom of A rank. What can I say? He's an idiot. He's a freak. He's kind of kind though, in a sense. I like Farkas. I like his whole situation. I think he's handled decently enough. And we mentioned Vilcus as well. And I gotta say, don't really care for Vilcus. Don't really care for him. I'll put him right between Cicero and Ayla. Right? Farkas, what a himbo, honestly. Farkas, he's up there. Vilcus, all right. Next up, speaking of himbos, welcome into the fray, none other than Freya. The sort of main follower and ally that you get throughout the best Elder Scrolls DLC ever made. That's right. Eat your heart out, Shivering Isles. But the Dragonborn DLC, for me, is my absolute fave, especially as a Morrowind lover. I love the being pandered to with nostalgia. I love it. They should do more of it. Pander to me as much as you would like. I can't get enough. And who better to see me through such a wonderful trip down memory lane than Freya, right? A member of the Skull. And like I said, the main follower that you get throughout a lot of the Dragonborn DLC, she has quite a bit of reactivity, a surprising amount, talking about like various places. And even, I want to say, she has reactivity if you go back to the mainland, right? She'll comment on a few things there that you can hear about. Very cool stuff. I like her a lot. But she's not quite S rank, I don't think. I don't know if she's deranged enough. I don't think so. I think she's just a good person. She's just a good, solid person. She's A rank. I would say she's top A rank, right? I would say she's right there for now. I would put her up there. Okay. Freya, my salute and salutations to you. I love you. Okay. Let's see here. How about Goldir? Who is this guy? I don't know. What are you in the dawnguard? No, he doesn't look like it. He's probably a hireling. He's a dungeon follower? You get him for ancestral worship. What? I don't remember this guy at all. Help ancestral worship. Help Goldir save his aunt and stop a necromancer from defiling his ancestral burial or barrow. What? This guy sounds awesome. Oh, because I didn't find this guy until late into the game. God, this guy is kind of cool. Yeah, he sucks. He suck shit, and his aunt is actually way cooler. Isn't his aunt like so cool? And also, isn't she also so dead? Hang on, yeah, she's extremely dead. I hovered over where it said aunt on the UESP page, and there's just a picture that of a corpse, of a bloody corpse. Incredible. She is so dead. God, this guy stinks. Oh, man. You can ask him, it doesn't bother you that we're killing your ancestors? We're not killing them. They were already dead. We're helping them back to Sovngarde. Yeah, right. Okay. Why don't you try coping more? We're killing them, okay? We're killing them. All right. Huh. I like Goldir. My only problem with Goldir is that, like I said, I didn't encounter him until quite late into the playthrough, where I was already like, all right, let's make sure we check every dungeon possible. You know, let's try and checkbox all of this stuff. Make sure we get it all handled and all of that. Thus, I'm sorry, Goldir, but I'm going to put you at either bottom A rank or top B. I'm going to give him top B, right? Purely born out of personal experience. Okay, Gorbash. I'm assuming he's from an orc stronghold, given the fact that he is an orc, and it looks like there's, in the background of his picture, I think I can just make out one of their, like, barrier walls or whatever. Gorbash. Let's see here. Gorb. He ain't showing up. Does this guy even exist? Let me type in his name. Gorbash. Who is Gorbash? I literally type his name into UESP, but I don't know who he is. I'm just going to Google Skyrim Gorbash. Oh, they misspelled it. It's Gorbash with a GH. Okay. Gorbash the Iron Hand. Okay, and you get him from a brawl. So one of the easier ones to get into, right? Don't you just have to brawl him and win, and then you're allowed passage into that place? He has some unused dialogue for like a cut quest regarding his ancestral battle axe. That could have been cool. He used to serve in the Legion. I did. You served in the Legion? I was known as Gorbash Grodushnik in those days. Oh, he's a douchnik y'all. In honor of my homeland, many orcs leave the stronghold to join the Legion. They welcome our skill in battle and smithing, and we welcome a chance to see the world. Miss traveling? I do. He's okay. He's okay, I guess. He's a little boring. I'm going to put him B rank right behind Ayla. There we go. Who is Gregor? This guy looks like a housecarl if I've ever seen one. Who is this guy? Oh, he's Hearthfire housecarl. What? Thane of the Pale? Oh, and Dawnstar. Okay, well, housecarl, get him out of there. He's going all the way down that way. There we go. Oh my gosh, and we arrive here at one of my faves. Hang on, let me adjust my scroller here. That way we can continue clipping off anything potentially bad. There we go. Good. Okay. But yes, we come now to Ilya. Of course, Ilya is my top of the top. How could I ever forget and dislike Ilya? Oh my god, she ended up being such a surprise when we were doing the playthrough. I did not remember any of her quests. I don't even know if I had done it way back in the day originally. Doing the playthrough, that may have been the first time that I ever did it. Perhaps not. Perhaps it just didn't even occur to me. But she is a sort of spellcaster, and she is trying to stop her mother from becoming a hagraven and from also making her become a hagraven. Her mother wanted to kill her. I think. I forget exactly what it is. Her mother was awful. You kill her mother as well. You kill her mother. Ilya is like some deranged witch of the wilds. I remember her crawling all over the ceiling. She's a freak. I love Ilya. She is probably my absolute favorite follower in all of Skyrim. I don't know if anyone will, yeah. If not Aola, who else could it be? I think Ilya is their S rank. She is too damn good. Let me get a refresher on exactly how her quest went down. Ilya. Agree to accompany her to kill Sylvia, her mother, by the way, her own mom. God, why does she need to die? We were supposed to find a sacrifice, human sacrifice. I told her I couldn't do it, and she attacked. I've done horrible things living here, but never taken an innocent life. I couldn't just find some person for them to kill. God, and she joined up with the right bastard, because immediately after that, we did a million Daedra quests and sacrificed so many people, and 8 people, frankly. God, I love her. All right. Who is next? Ingyard? Who? Ingyard? Oh my god, another member of the Dawnguard, huh? Okay. Do you have anything interesting going here for you? I hear you're doing a lot of the work in tracking down these vampires. If there's anything I can do to help, let me know. How did you join the Dawnguard? Something bad happens, word spreads. More things happen, people worry. The more they worry, the more they talk about it. I've been hearing rumors are true. Rumors for a bit now. I was glad to find out not only the bad rumors were true. I guess she found out that the okay. Dude, she sucks shit. Get her in the bottom. Put her in the bottom. D rank for Ingyard. She's horrible. Boo. Put her right there next to all the other Dawnguard dinguses. All right. Iona. Also a housecarl, but a housecarl of my favorite, what do you call it? Not region. What are they called? In Skyrim, what are they called? The little, like, governance, the county. What do they call them? Let's see. Iona. She's in Riften. What do they call them? The Rift. What? Hold. Yeah, she is probably the representative of my favorite hold, but alas, she is a housecarl, right? I'm going to put her at the top of the garbage lords just because she's of Riften, right? She's my favorite. All right. Janessa is a hireling, the one in Whiterun, correct? Let's see. Yeah, female Dunmer Ranger found inside the Drunken Huntsman in Whiterun. Which... she is a little ruthless, if I remember correctly, right? Yeah, she is a little wild. You could even marry her. Huh. Okay. Let's see here. Let me look up Whiterun real fast and all of that. Okay. Good. Does she have any relationship with anyone else in town? Let's see here. Let me just scan through this. I remember having hired her for a bit. Right? But I forget the rest of her situation. Does she interact with Irilith at all? I don't think she does. I think she's completely removed from that. Let's see. Yeah. Is Janessa just an opportunity for the player character to see Jarl Balgruuf the Greater and Irilith and be like, Akatosh, I've seen what you've done for others, and I pray that you give that to me as well, right? And thus, Akatosh delivers, and behold, here is Janessa, right? Is that what this is? Is she meant to be a parallel to her? That way, you know, if you too would like to have some sinister, smoking hot Dunmerry woman accompany you in travels and potentially wed her, you can have that, right? Yeah, I don't know. I found her to be a little mediocre. I would probably put her right there between Cicero and Vilcus. B rank. Right? I think that feels right. Okay, now who is Yordis? Who is Yordis? Oh, a housecarl. Okay. Well, I know where I'm putting you, right with the others. Okay. Jazargo. All right, Jazargo. One of the trifecta, the tribunal, if you will, of the College of Winterhold followers. I really like him a lot. I gotta say, I really like Jazargo a lot. He does try to kill you. accidentally, right? He almost gets you killed by way of having you test out his stupid fire whatever magic, his like fire shield magic. Was that it? He's an idiot. He's a fool. Is he more of a fool and idiot than Onmund, though? I don't know. He's either high A rank or low S. I don't know. I think he's got to be a high A rank. I'm going to put him right between... Ooh, do I want him to the left or to the right of Sven? I'm going to put him in front of Sven because he did almost kill me. He did try to kill... Canonically, J'zargo tries to kill you accidentally. And I have to respect that. I have to respect that. And then we come to Karjo, right? Is he not part of the Khajiit traveling caravan? And he joins up through that? I want to say that's how he signs on with the last Dragonborn. Yeah, you get the Amulet of the Moon. Oh yeah, he's got his own little quest and everything. Find the Moon Amulet for Karjo. It's a Radiant quest though, so it could be anywhere. And he guards the caravan. Man, his quest is okay. But dude, I remember having such fun, so many fun adventures with Karjo. I like Karjo quite a bit. I would say Karjo is right underneath Aola, because he's not that much of a freak, right? If he were more of a freak, I would probably bump him up higher, right? But I do like Karjo quite a bit. Fantastic guy. I'll never forget seeing him get hit by a giant and going flying way up into the sky. Because, you know, normally that only ever happens to you, the player character, or like some random saber lion or whatever. But it happened to Karjo. It was great. Loved it. Then we come to Lob. Who the hell is Lob? Who are you? You're another orc stronghold joiner friend. Okay. You're an orc ranger. Oh, you join after doing the Malakath quest? Is that so? What does he say? By the ash pit, we can't go on like this. I learn much from Garak every day. I must learn if I am able to take her place. This guy stinks. This guy is boring as hell. Alright, I'm putting him bottom C rank. No, I'm gonna put him above Durak. I'm gonna put him above Durak. Alright. And then we come to Lydia. Lydia is very unremarkable to me. Apparently she gets dialogue added with either Dawnguard or a Dragonborn DLC. And she's the only housecarl who gets it, but she gets added dialogue where if you take her around places, she actually does start to say new things and has some degree of reactivity. But the most interesting and fascinating thing about Lydia is that she is the perfect personification of not just the follower system within Skyrim, but a lot of my favorite parts of the Elder Scrolls games in general. She sort of, like I said, she personifies it, wherein you sort of make your own fun. You're given this sandbox role-playing game, and you're given some tools and toys to play around with in the sandbox, and you make your own fun. You make some of your own stories. There's, there's little things you can go and do, but a lot of the best parts of these games come from, going through and coming up with your own little fun tales, your own adventures that you had. Even if it's like, oh, I went through the main story quest, but this seemingly unique thing happened to me, and it was very fun. Lydia is the personification of that in the same sense that, especially early on before they added that dialogue, she had zero personality, right? She was just like all of the other housecarls that you can get in the entire game. But the amazing thing about Lydia is that players would ascribe to her a personality, right? She would potentially be like your doting wife. She could be some highly adept warrior who is pissed that you are making her carry this garbage for you. Meanwhile, you're a bit of a dingus, right? She could just be like your best bud as you're traveling out and around, right? She takes on this role because she's introduced to the players so early on and in such an officious manner when you don't really even know about the entire like Thane housecarl system, you know? She is fantastic in that sense. Thus, she could fit anywhere on this. She could be anywhere because she can be anything to anyone. And the truth of it is, that's true for anyone on this entire tier list in this entire video, right? You could ascribe whatever you wanted to anyone here. It just so happens that Lydia is perhaps the greatest example of that in an Elder Scrolls game ever. I think it's like on a mechanical level, on a like player interaction and, emerging gameplay level. I think that's beautiful. But since she can be anywhere, I don't know, we should maybe put her smack dab in the middle. Right? Either smack dab in the middle or disqualify her because she is that, right? She belongs in a tier with Eric the Slayer, I feel, where she's, right? They're beyond rating. Yeah, I think I'll just leave her down at the bottom. They're beyond rating. They're beyond ranking because they ascend beyond the concept, right? They have gained some sort of, they have become, like, Tiber Septim and Talos, they have ascended. Anyway, Mercurio, who I think is the first follower that I ever got in our playthrough of Skyrim. And I hated him. He was so mediocre. I did not care for Mercurio. He didn't say anything fun or cool. He was decent at what he did. He could heal. He was in Riften, a nice place to be. But you know what? Kind of an unremarkable guy. Thus, I'm going to put him right there, right below Belrind. Because at least Belrind looks cool. Alright. Mjol the Lioness. Another one of the iconic followers of Skyrim, I would say. One of the more remarkable ones that a lot of people run into. We never used her in my playthrough on account of the fact that I believe originally, like years ago at launch, I used her as well. I ran around with Mjol the Lioness. She has a quest associated with her. You can decide to marry her, and if you do, you get thrown in for free. You get a free fuckboy as well. You get the guy who follows her around and dotes on her. He shows up as well. In this sense, I think she might also be an A ranker, right? I do think that in some sense she may be a little overplayed, a little overwrought and overdone, right? Because she's such a fan favorite. But in some senses it's deserved. You know, she's quite remarkable and noticeable in Riften, which is arguably one of the best towns in all of Skyrim. Where would I put her? I think I would put her right between Adelaza and Koznak. There we go. Alright, Nyada. I believe she's the one who was also fist fighting Athos. Is that not her? She's the one who was fist fighting Athos at the start of the Companions. Let me check here. There we go. Nyada Stonearm. Yeah, that is 100% her. I'm putting her right next to Athos. Right? Should I put her to the left or right? I don't remember who won the fight. Because that would decide it. I think she won it in my playthrough, but I'm not sure. You know what? I'll put Athos a bit lower on account of him just having a bad first impression for Dunmer in Whiterun if you decide to go into Jorvisker first. All right. There we go. And who is Ogol? Who is this guy? This guy looks like he's a smith. Does he join you from being a smith or something? Oh, goal. Okay. A male orc warrior found in Largishbur. The cursed tribe. He's tied to that. Oh, he's another one that joins after that quest. Or could join you after that quest. He has one of the smallest default inventories. Oh, boy. Okay. Well, then in that case, I'm putting him in C rank. I'm going to put him right next to Lob. I'll put him higher than Lob, though, because he's kind of fantastically bald. I'll go that route with it. Okay, Onmund, another one of the College of Winterhold folks. Honestly, the College of Winterhold, like triumvirate, they have a decent chunk of good characterization. I didn't use Onmund much, if at all, but I do like him. I do actually enjoy Onmund a decent amount, for the sheer reason that he was so damn funny when he got mad at Gordon. Gordon in crab mode, he was so pissed at him for being around. It was so damn funny. I absolutely loved it. And thus, for that express reason, I'm sending Onmund all the way up here to between Koznak and Farkas. That's where he's going. Perfect. All right. Rallus Sedaris. Is this who I think it is? I forget. Hang on. Let me double check here. Yes, this is Rallus Sedaris, who is a Dragonborn follower. He is a deranged freak of a man, right? This is the guy who wants you to keep digging out Kjolborn Barrow, right? Yes, that is exactly it. He doesn't give a damn. So many people end up dying because of you and this guy. He is psychotic. He is such a freak. Does he have, like, unique dialogue as well? I don't know if he does. Like, as a follower? I have no idea. I think he does? I'm not sure. Maybe it's just Teldrin Sero. But either way, it's so screwed up what he does and what he gets the last Dragonborn to do if you decide to do that quest, right? Like, no matter what, if you decide to do that quest, you're just a freak. You've done something bad. You've done something bad by working with this guy. So many miners die, and he's so hungry for profit. It's ridiculous. He is so awful. He's S rank. He's S rank for sure. What a wretched piece of shit. God, he's amazing. All right, let me scroll up a little bit. There we go. He's S rank right behind Karjo. I think you can make a case for him being above Karjo as well. All right. Who is Raya? Who is that? I don't remember at all. You're a housecarl? A Hearthfire housecarl. Ah, for Falkreath. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, let's see. Let's put you down there next to all the other housecarls. Perfect. Let's see. Let me scroll again a little bit here. Perfect. Okay. Next we have Raya? Who are you? God, who are you? Oh, maybe she's the one who got into a fistfight with Athos. Maybe that's you, actually. Who are you? Let's see. Let me get a refresher on this. I was the newest companion until you came along. I guess that's okay. This means I can show you the ropes. Okay. Why can't I train? Yeah, she's new. Okay. Sure. Is she the one immediately fist fighting? What's his name? Maybe she is. After you join. Okay. I don't care for her. I vaguely remember. I don't care for her. Raya. Let's see. I'm going to put her right next to these others. Right next to Yada and Athos. Right there. There we go. Honestly, a lot of the Companions followers, they don't do it for me the same way the College of Winterhold does. It's got to be said. Okay, Rogie Knotbeard. Is this guy also a drunkard? I want to say he's also a bit of a drunkard, but he doesn't have, like, piss boy drunkard voice like Koznak does, right? I remember him, yeah, I had him work at one of my houses or whatever, right? At one of the Hearthfire homes. Yeah, what's his whole deal? If you bring mead, you're welcome here. Even if you don't, you're still welcome. I visited the Meaderies of Riften once as a lad. Wish I had their skill. This guy loves to drink. Okay. Sure. You can marry him. Do him some favors. Okay. Dungeon delving. Are you from Kinesgrove? Your ancestral shield is lost. I found your shield. Okay. Wait, you can even fight him? You can fist fight Rogie Knotbeard? Huh. I don't think I rate him as highly as Koznek, though. I would probably put him... I'll put him between Gorbash and Benor. Right? He's okay. He's middle of the line. B rank. You know? He's okay. Alright, who is next? Oh, Serana. Well, a lot of folks, you know, of course, absolutely love Serana. And some people really love Serana. And I can't blame them. I know folks will say that, like, she's overplayed and everything, but I think she's justifiably highly rated on account of being a follower with just a lot of writing, you know? Serana, to me, represents sort of the blueprint for what they would do with followers in Fallout 4. And in Starfield, to a degree, right? Wherein they all have a substantial amount of writing, you know? A sort of relative to Skyrim's, like, rogues gallery, as it were. Those games have far fewer followers, far fewer companions, but they just have a lot more writing to them, you know? And they all benefit from it. And, of course, there's clear standouts, you know, like Nick Valentine and stuff. But it just goes to show that having a few less... but having ones that are tied to other things, there's benefit there. And in true Elder Scrolls fashion, Serana is so popular that people even read into her character in the same way that they would with Lydia, you know? I mean, part of me is tempted to put Serana lower because she is such a fan favorite, and it is kind of tiresome just how popular she is, but I think it's deserved. Part of me, I question it. I think it's deserved that she is deservedly a fan favorite character, right? She's dope as hell. She's a little weird. She's a little bit of a freak too. It's kind of cool the way in which, right? I can't forget all the stuff that she talks to you about her mother, and she's like, something about like her mom wanting to fuck gargoyles or something. She's like, don't think about my mom fucking gargoyles, by the way. She says something along those lines. She's like, yeah, my mom had a thing for gargoyles or something like that. And she's like, not like that, just unprompted, just real psycho shit. Just like, yeah, stop thinking about my mom wanting to bang gargoyles, okay? It wasn't like that. it was really weird. Her mom's weird. Her dad's real fucking weird. The whole Moloch Bal situation is tragic. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Right? I'll put her at low tier S rank because everybody likes Serana. You know? I think everybody likes Serana. She's alright. Unless you're very contrarian. She's just got a lot of writing to her, you know, in the same way that I enjoy Dunmeri lore and world building in Elder Scrolls. I enjoy Serana. Dunmer just have got a lot of world building, a lot of lore, and a lot of that is thanks to Morrowind, you know, and a lot of Serana, it's thanks to her being a focal point of the Dawnguard DLC. There's just no other way around it. She just has a lot of writing. I hope to see, you know, not only, I hope to see in Elder Scrolls 6, there be followers with similar amounts of writing. You know, I would love to see them take like a Fallout 4 approach, or a Starfield approach, where they just have a ton of writing. There's a smaller slew of followers, but maybe you have ones that are like a Lydia, where you can make your fun with them, you know? But you have like a clearly delineated bit where it's like, yeah, these are our creme de la creme followers, where like maybe they're marriage candidates, maybe they just have a lot of voice lines, they have a whole lot of writing about them, there's stuff in the world about them. And then we've got other ones that are more ancillary, you know, that are like the equivalent of a hireling or something like that, where you can make your own fun out of their characterization. You know, I think that's a good way to do it. But yeah, she's kind of the blueprint. She's the first like really solid BGS follower, I would say, who just has a good chunk of writing, you know? She just has a good chunk of it. Like before her, all of these followers, I would argue, across all BGS games, Fallout 3 included, a lot of those standout characters, you sort of ascribe and enjoy personality traits about them. You know, it's the Lydia situation all over again, which is, as beautiful as that is, there's something to be said for just having like some fun writing, you know, some fun characterization, fun character work. You know, it's enjoyable, right? Making your own fun and also them sort of doing their homework, as it were. It's enjoyable as well. It's a different kind of enjoyable, but it's enjoyable. Right. And as well, of course, I think we all would love to see Serana show up in Elder Scrolls 6, you know, given the fact that she has no reason not to. You know, she's a vampire. That's easy brownie points, baby. Get her in that game. Have her show up. Lord knows her voice actress is getting plenty of work still. All right. Stenvar. Who is this bald asshole? Stenvar? Who are you? Oh, he's a hireling from Windhelm. Okay. What all does he say? A cave, dark and dangerous. We love a hireling. He says, good, let's go find something to fight. Patience isn't exactly my strong suit, but all right. Been keeping out of trouble much? I hope not. If you need some skulls crushed, I'm still available for hire. Ugh. This guy sucks. Okay. Let's see. Let's put him below Marcurio. There we go. Talvis. Who is Talvis? Is this guy also from Dragonborn DLC? He's from the Telvanni town. Who are you, Talvis? There we go. Oh, is it Talvis or Telvis? Oh, Talvos. With an A. 2 A's. Okay, yeah, he is. And he is from Tel Mithrin. Okay, he's the long-suffering, sort of helper, servant of Neloth? Yeah, he's the apprentice of Neloth. Which he's okay. He's not one of, like, there's a lot of fun followers in the Dragonborn DLC, and I don't think he's one of them. right? I'd probably give him a B. Where would I put him? I'll put him right between Cicero and Janessa. Right there. That feels right. Okay. Let me scroll my thingamajig just a bit more. Okay, we're running out of room here. All right. Teldrin Sero. Now, Teldrin Sero is another Dragonborn DLC follower, and he is a good, remarkable one. Right. I don't like him as much as Rallus Sedaris because he's not as deranged, but he does have a remarkable amount of reactivity if you bring him back to the mainland. And he does serve as another cool vector for Morrowind nostalgia tripping. And for that, I gotta give him an A rank. He's a sleeper hit. I'll put him right between... Ooh... Do I want him to the left or right of Koznak? I'll put him to the right of Koznak. There we go. Teldrin Sero. He's good. He's solid. All right. Who is this? Torvar. Who is Torvar? Is this guy Thieves Guild? I don't know. Who is this dude? Torvar. Look him up. Torvar. He's also in the companions? You gotta be shitting me. Jeez, each companion follower is more forgettable than the last. Sorry. Okay. Who is this guy? You're a talker, eh? He says. Oh, so you're the one in charge now. Fine, fine. Why did you join? A man of my station has many debts. I'm not much use at labor or learning, but I can throw a punch with the best of them. The companions let me fight for gold, and so I fight. He's not even in the inner circle, right? If you're a companion and you're not in the inner circle, you suck shit, right? And thus, you're going down there with the rest of them. Get right down there, right next to the others. Okay. Who is Ugor? I'm unfamiliar with you. Are you also a Stronghold orc follower? You are. She is also a beautiful bald bastard, which is fantastic. But I don't think there's much about her. She also joins on account of the Cursed Tribe. Good lord. Okay. Well, you know what? I'm going to put her in C rank. Because she's okay. Right? I'll put her right next to Ugal, or Ogal. Oh, and then we have Uthgerd, who is also a bit of a wretched bastard. Dude, Uthgerd sucks so much. And she's horrible. I love her. Dude, I love Uthgerd. She's horrible in a great sense. I don't know if I quite rank her at S rank, though. Because on a personal level, I didn't have like a personal connection with her, which S rank is reserved for that, you know, for characters that I really enjoyed on a personal level. But I would say she's A rank. I would put her, God, it's so awesome. The fact that she very likely killed a kid. That is so wild that they decided to have her be like one of the first followers you find. Is this like grizzled old veteran of a woman who like her seedy backstory is that maybe she got a kid killed, right? Maybe she killed a kid. It's so wild. Oh man. And of course she's another follower that you can have join up by way of beating the crap out of. Yeah, I'm going to put her right between Sven and Adelaza. She's kind of iconic. She's kind of up there as an iconic member, an iconic citizen and civilian of Whiterun, right? She's a very memorable person. There's a few of them there, and she's one of them. All right. Valdemar. Who the hell is this guy? Is this guy a housecarl? I swear, if he's a companion. Oh, he's the Morthal Hearthfire. Okay. Sure. You know what? He's going in there with the others. He's going in there with the other housecarls right there. Sorry, bud. Sorry. And who is Vorstog? Is this guy a hireling? Oh, he sure as shit is. In Markarth, too. Did I ever get Vorstog? I definitely remember seeing him a lot now that I remember that he's from Markarth. Let's see. He does offer services. I'm what you'd call a soldier of fortune. Make me an offer and I just might fight at your side. Can't be too careful these days with the war and the other dangers. For a fair price, I can watch your back. Fuck you, Vorstog. I'm putting you in D rank. I'm gonna put you right there between Gregor and Belival. Alright, there we go. God, are there no Altmer followers in Skyrim? I don't think so. Are there not any here? I don't see a single one, do I? I almost thought Belival was one, but that's not true. Belival is a wood elf. Who is actually the only... Yeah, is Belival the only femme wood elf and like one of 2 wood elves that can even join you? With the other one being Faendal? God, that sucks for wood. There are so many people who enjoy and love wood elves, and the only options that you get in Skyrim by default for wood elf followers are either boring or a huge piece of shit. Right? Am I wrong? Oh my god, that's wild. That is so wild. I mean, I get, like, not having any Altmer because they're not exactly a fan favorite. A lot of people dislike Altmer. And culturally, you know, by the time Skyrim rolls around, even good Altmer have kind of gotten a bad name on account of the fascism. Right, which of course, you know, they aren't all like that, you know, but as a new player being introduced to that world, you know, it makes things difficult. Anyway, I think this is our ranking here, right? I think this is it. We've got sort of disqualified, or I think better put, above ranking. Right, beyond, they have ascended beyond being able to be ranked because they could fit anywhere or shouldn't fit anywhere. We have Eric the Slayer and Lydia, right? They would be in a rank to their own, contained elsewhere. I'm very happy with our S rankers. Have some very good memories with all of them. I think they're fantastic. I will never, like, truly, the trifecta up there at the top. God, even if you want to include Rallis, good lord, Ilya, Aola, Karjo, and Rallis, just seeing them up there together, just looking at the 4 of them, I cannot help but, like, get a little smirk on my face, right? I can't help but smile and have pleasant thoughts about traveling around with them and just having a good time and thinking about the stupid stuff that we got up to. Like, remember when I gave Aola a fork and she, like, would... like go invisible a lot in a weird ass way? God, how stupid and amazing. Oh my gosh. I love it. Fantastic. Good lord. I hope, like I said, it would be amazing if more of them got more little snippets of story. Or even beyond that, sort of on par with Serana. You know, I would love to see the way in which writing was applied to the Starfield sort of companions gallery. I would love to see that happen again, where there's like 3 sorts of distinctions, you know, and Skyrim sort of has it as well, but it's not as clearly delineated, wherein there's major main story, like major important characters, companions who you can marry and romance, and they have a ton of writing and a ton of dialogue and stuff like that. You know, they have ambient dialogue. You go a place with them and they say stuff. Fantastic. You're creme de la creme when it comes to that. And then you have ones that occupy this sort of space where they have a little bit of writing, right? You meet them, you have to do maybe a little quest to get them, something along that line. But otherwise, they're a bit light on it. You probably can't marry them, at least in Starfield, you can't. And then you have these ones that are just effectively hirelings. They have next to zero storyline. They have next to zero anything else. And anything that you want to use to characterize them, it comes from you, the player, right? I think that's a decent way to do it, Either that or go the Fallout 4 route and just have only them. But I think the issue with Fallout 4 is that there's a lot of Nick Valentine favoritism, right? And meanwhile others like McCready or Kate kind of suffer a bit as everyone was like, "Ooh, Nick Valentine! Oh, what a cool, fun guy!" Even Piper had a little bit of favoritism relative to Kate, who I think had some cuts with her whole area and her Fight Club stuff. I forget what it's called, but yeah. Regardless, looking forward to how they do it. I'm sure it'll be some derivative of what we've seen in some sort of probably attempt at refining what we have seen before. I'm very curious. Anyway, that's my tier list. My tier list of Skyrim official followers and companions. That's everybody. What a list. What a gallery. What a bunch of folks. Right? God, the one thing that I do hope, no matter what, in Elder Scrolls 6, I hope there's sickos. I hope there are freaks and sickos, because look at how many occupy my upper echelons. So many of them are deranged freaks in their own right. Oh my gosh, I love them. Probably the most honorable and goodly person here is Karjo, and even then you could argue that he's a strong man for running drugs. I think there's a world in which you could interpret him as that, right? I suppose Borgak the Steelheart, since she's up there on more sentimental terms. But yeah, fantastic. More freaks, please. I love the freaks, right? Give me more freaks. Elder Scrolls 6. Give me them freaks. All right. That'll do it for this week. As I had mentioned at the top of this, feel free to submit your own questions and stuff like that if you would like. Helps a ton. If you include a question mark, feel free to as well. Like I said, questions, rankings. I love doing the stupid rankings. If you have ideas for stupid, dumbass rankings like this, hit me up. I love it. It's so dumb. It's fantastic. Until next time, please take care of each other.